Hey, VSauce, Michael here. In 2003, researchers did the measurements and found that Kansas is in fact literally flatter than a pancake. Of course, the Earth is not flat, the Earth is round. Otherwise, travelers would be falling off the edge all the time. Right? Wrong. If the Earth was not a ball shape, but was instead a flat disk, like this plate, well, with the right density and thickness, living in the middle could feel pretty normal. What if gravity isn't real? What if the Earth is in fact flat and science has been wrong all along? The smear was repeated and published so often it became accepted as historical fact. Flat earther became synonymous with anti-science. V'lava believed not only that the Earth was flat, but that the sun was only a few thousand miles away from Earth, not 93 million. He also believed that the sun was only 32 miles across, not 860,000. He sounds crazy. Or does he? You see, the same phenomenon Eratosthenes measured could be explained by a flat Earth if the sun were only a few thousand miles away and 32 miles across. The math would work out the same. Today, with the power of the internet, modern-day flat earthers have picked up where V'lava left off. They have quite good explanations for any evidence you throw at them that the Earth is round. Circumnavigation is really just a flat circle path. The round shadow Earth casts on the moon during a lunar eclipse could also be made by a flat disk. Time zones are caused by a spotlight sun. And remember how gravity would be totally different on a disc-shaped planet? Well, gravity as we know it simply doesn't exist. As for all of the photos and video evidence we now have that the Earth is round thanks to space exploration, well, all of that material is completely fabricated. A hoax perpetrated by Big Globe. Space agencies, airlines, globe manufacturers, they are reaping the rewards of our ignorant belief that the Earth is actually round. They know, of course, that it's flat, and they're hiding that truth from us. A projection of Earth centered on the North Pole, and also happens to be the projection used by the United Nations? Are these people for real? I like what Richard Feynman says about this. Some people say, how can you live without knowing? I do not know what they mean. I always live without knowing. That is easy. How you get to know is what I want to know. You know? And as always, thanks for watching.
This is thousands of years,
before
2,000 years
Columbus.
before Columbus. Exactly.
Right.
So now if the Earth is round, how big is Earth? You might want to check for that. There was a famous experiment conducted by Eratosthenes. Eratosthenes. And there are two cities in the old world, and one of them, they knew that at 12 noon on a particular day of the year, that the sun was directly overhead and you could see the bottom of a well.
Oh, okay.
You don't run around looking at the bottoms of wells.
No.
Because the light doesn't take, it's just, no.
Doesn't get down there.
Doesn't get down there.
How can we use this observation to see if Earth's surface is curved? We needed another well. Turns out we can't see the bottom of both wells at the same time. What might explain this? We could have a flat Earth with the sun that's small and close by so that the light hits the second well at an angle.
And by the way, when people want to send this much plutonium-238, which is not even the weapons plutonium, a baseball size, grapefruit size, people freak out because the rockets sometimes blow up. Now, one thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth. What happens if you fall into a wormhole and then you end up in another part of the universe, like in another time? Maybe. But if you try to fall into a gravitational thing of that strength, a black hole, for example, which is a star with so much gravity light doesn't escape, it would kill you. The difference in gravity between your feet and your head would be just the difference in gravity would be so high it would stretch you into a piece of spaghetti, which would also make you dead.